Hello, everyone. Welcome to the California Parents Union Candidate Spotlight. And here's today's host, Florida.
Hello, everyone. I'm Florida with California Parents Union. This is your union. We are a union of parents and grandparents, guardians, and teachers that offer everyone a seat at the table at in Sacramento, where voices will actually be heard. And today, for our candidate spotlight, we will be featuring Yvette Corkrean. Yvette, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yvette, you are running a very important race for our state senate. Could you give us a bit of a background of your race, who you're running against, and what position you're running for?
I certainly can. So my name is Yvette Corkrean. I am a mother of two teenagers and a registered nurse who served my community for 25 years. I'm a longtime resident of San Francisco. I've lived here for 25 years, and I have watched my city deteriorate. I am running a grassroots campaign against an experienced and well-funded incumbent, Senator Scott Weiner, who has no children of his own. However, he likes to write a lot of legislation that targets our children and parental rights. And we, as parents, cannot stand for that. Another reason why I'm running is because my opponent is very soft on crime. I would even say that he is a pro-crime proponent, wanting to close our prisons, empty them, give more rights to criminals than law-abiding residents. And again, this has gone too far, and we've had enough.
Yeah, it's obvious that Senator Scott Weiner is, in our case, I believe, anti-Californian. Yeah. There's many things that he has either written or heavily supported among the legislature in California that has, like you said, taken away our rights, drawn a wedge between parents and children, yeah, in the schools, and even teachers, and it's made us very hard to promote very good education within our schools today. So, Yvette, what makes you uniquely qualified to run for office?
Well, I'm brave. I will not tolerate what's going on, and I'm willing to stand up and take this job on. Never in my life did I think I would be in politics. I started my career sort of with the California Republican Party. I'm the vice chair of volunteers with the San Francisco GOP. I'm a state delegate. So I have been familiar with a little bit of politics here. I know how to work with people in the most severe crises. You know, when people are on the verge of death, you're in certain situations, and I've helped to save lives in one capacity in the hospital, and now I'm ready to save lives in another capacity at the state level, stopping Scott Weiner.
And I think that's a great quality to have, because as we know, many people have left the state, and we're actually in a very dire situation. And it's good to know that you have a background to produce under pressure. So I think that's a great quality that you bring to the table. I love the fact that you had said you are grassroots, and that is just a testimony to your courage and your perseverance. So tell us, do you know a little bit about Scott Weiner personally? Have you met him? What is your take on him as a person or a politician?
Oh gosh, I have a lot of opinions here. Let's be very careful. I have met him more than one time. I've met him at the Capitol, and then I see him around town in the city. We are always very cordial, because that's the only way that one should conduct themselves. But he is a little interesting, and I'll just say the word interesting. What I do know is while I'm running as a moderate Republican here in San Francisco, District 11, which includes San Francisco, Colma, Daly City, Broadmoor, and the upper portion of South San Francisco, Scott Weiner no longer represents even the Democrats. Mm-hmm. While I am moderate Republican, I'm very much in the middle. During this campaign season, this last year, I have, this is, it's a little frightening here in San Francisco to go into roomfuls, hundreds of Democrats knowing that they're not going to like me much. Mm-hmm. But what has been the most beautiful portion of this experience is every room I walk into, they meet me with kindness. And the majority of the room say that they identify better with my values than Scott Weiner's. I have people who have worked on his campaign before. I have actually many people who've worked on his campaign before who are no longer, and now they're supporting my campaign and knocking on doors. And it is the most beautiful experience this has been, because now I'm seeing the sensible Democrats, the sensible libertarians, mm-hmm. the sensible liberals, and even some progressives, along with the Republicans coming together, meeting in the middle, because I will say that 80% of my district just really falls right here in the middle, and we all want the same thing. We want safe streets. We want our businesses not looted and ransacked and closed. We want our children to be able to attend public school, or any school for that matter, and be educated on the proper curriculum. Mm-hmm. When our children are suffering in California, they're 2+ years behind in reading, writing, and arithmetic. However, they're pushing other social ideologies that are taking up large portions of the curriculum. This is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. You're going to have both sides. One side wants none of it, and the other side wants all of it. Well, how about we do something in the middle, and let's make it be an elective, not a mandatory requirement, mm-hmm. or part of the, graduating curriculum. It's right. Unacceptable.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that issues like safety and families actually run across party lines. So to the audience there that might be either sitting on the fence or possibly apathetic, I want to encourage you that this is a very important race. If you even live outside of the district of Scott Weiner, it's important to get the word out, because as we know from the past few years he's been in office, he has been a very huge detriment to our society, to our state, and we are definitely feeling the impacts. So, Yvette, what are the top 3 issues that you believe you'll be acting upon when you get in office?
I just want to touch base on one other thing that you just mentioned when you're saying if you know anyone in the area. What I further need to educate everybody on in the entire country is the fact that Scott Weiner is running a 3rd term. If he wins, he's going to bring us his most insidious legislation, because we have a supermajority that just passes bills despite us protesting and opposing them. Scott Weiner will term out. He is not done. He has higher aspirations. And what everyone in the entire country needs to know is that Scott Weiner is lobbying for Nancy Pelosi's congressional seat. So if he wins, he will immediately start campaigning for Nancy Pelosi's seat while he's furthering his horrific legislation. And if he wins that seat in 2 years, the horrific bills in California will soon become the nation's. And so this is a crucial fight right now. If we can stop him now, we can stop him from bringing his agenda to the rest of the country.
Thank you so much for bringing that up, because we definitely want to stop him now at all possible. So yes, we are appealing even to those people who are possibly out of state that know people within the District 11 area. Get them excited about Yvette. She is definitely a warrior, and she's up for the task. Yvette, what are a couple of things that you want to focus on? I think we were talking about the top 3 issues.
Mhm. Well, because I'm a nurse and I'm a mom and I only know how to multitask, I don't just do one thing or 3 things. I do a lot of things at once. That's how we save lives. So I will just show you, if anybody hasn't seen this sheet on my website, it just lists a few of Scott Weiner's horrific legislation that hurt women, children, and our communities. What I will work to do is either gut and amend or change most of these bills that are on this list, in addition to quite a few more. One, public safety is by far the most important. We cannot revitalize our city if people are still fleeing because it's not safe. So we need to support our law enforcement. I am the only candidate between myself and Scott Weiner who support Prop 36, which will help increase penalties on repeated offenders. It will also offer treatment to drug and alcohol addiction individuals. And Scott Weiner still adamantly supports his work and his stand to get Prop 47 pushed through. You know which bills I'm talking about, right?
If you could go ahead and explain Prop 36. I know definitely 36, and if you can explain 47.
Prop 47 was the bill that was passed in 2014, which decriminalized a lot of the petty theft and the drug possessions, which now we have, the $950 smash and grab theft, and they don't bring a calculator with them. They're grabbing what they want and going. So Prop 47 made this state less safe. So a group of individuals have gotten together to fix Prop 47, which is now on your ballot as Proposition 36. So we all want to make sure that we vote yes on Proposition 36 to restore public safety. So that's number one. Our Democrat supermajority also killed at least 4 fentanyl bills over this last year. One that dealt with fentanyl cells around schools, on social media, and with illegal aliens. They won't deport them. They still want to provide them sanctuary heavens to poison more people here. There's so many issues that I want to address. Top issues: public safety and protecting our children.
Yeah, those seem like no-brainers, actually. I am astonished that we have to actually have an item like 36 on the ballot, but it's because of 47.
Mm-hmm. It is
47, and actually that's also been a cause of our declining economy. Right. Many businesses just could not support just the loss in revenue. So
that and taxes. They want to tax us to death and then misuse all the funds on things that are not even for us.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, and they're typically presented as very interesting names that are actually opposite of what the intent of the bill is. So, what are the things that you'd like to accomplish within your first 100 days?
Oh gosh, how about let's get the men out of women's prisons? How about let's AB 1955 with parental rights? We need to fix that. Also, SB 1414, where Scott Weiner will not protect 16 and 17-year-olds from being bought for sex. Mm-hmm. That needs to be addressed. We need to ensure that Assembly Bill 1028, that his caucus is working to get through. Assembly Bill 1028 will remove reporting obligations of mandated reporters of reporting abuse on women unless the abuse is with a gun.
Wow.
How about let's make sure that does not go through?
Wow. Just, I just, I'm just so appalled and shocked at
Mhm.
many of the bills that he has authored and supported. It's horrific. It's so anti-society, not
Mhm.
only anti-family, anti-society. And
Anti-child, anti-woman,
yes,
anti-family, anti-society. Yes, I agree.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. So we cannot take more years of
No,
Senator Scott Weiner in office.
no.
So let's vote for Yvette. She
Yeah.
sounds like a winner to me.
Well, and you know, I I am the person who you want in office because I know I'm able to compromise when a compromise is appropriate, but when it is not appropriate, I will not compromise and I will fight tooth and nail and not stop.
And
And
that's a
that's
great attitude to have because the super majority that we hope will change with this next election, it is still a beast, right? It's still
right.
something that we need to overcome. And as I think many people are being awakened to the things that are happening within the state, I think they'll think twice. In regards to keeping a supermajority, it's really good to have a balanced legislature with different parties and different perspectives to get the best solution. So, is there anything that you'd like to say to the audience before we wrap up the interview?
Well, we need to make sure that all like-minded friends and family get out and vote. And if you need to go pick them up and get them to the voting poll or to get their ballot to wherever it needs to go, please do. I don't suggest mail in. So go drop, in San Francisco, we can vote at City Hall or there are drop boxes. We have to get out and vote. We also have to support the candidates who are fighting hard, who we're your first line in defense. You have to help support us because we're going to help save you, our cities, and our state.
Well, thank you so much, Yvette Corkrean,
Yeah.
running for Senate, California District 11.
Yes.
And we are so proud. California Parents Union is so proud to endorse you.
Thank you. I'm very, very grateful for your support and everything that you guys have done to help my campaign.
All right. Thank you. We'll be in touch, I'm sure. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
This was brought by the California Parents Union.